Hey guys, I'm going to do my makeup. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to use it on my eyebrows. So I'm going to start right up on those brows. I'm going to try to darken them in because I don't think they're quite dark enough already. You know, I messed up. Got to pat, brush, 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 brush. Going to keep brushing and try to fill these suckers in nice and dark. Got to be on fleek. Get that little bit in the middle in between those two shave marks. And once I'm done with both, almost done, got to get those little details. Gotta find detail work, extra important. Once we're done with both eyebrows, we'll move on to the makeup around the eyebrows. Gotta try and outline those eyebrows so they look nice and fierce. Something lighter to have a nice contrast between your brow and your face. Brush, 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 brush. All around those brows. Move over to the next one, and now we're going to move on to the eyelids. Brighten them up. Light, put on some foundation so that my eyeshadow will look good on top of my eyelids. Fill those all the way in, and then we're going to dust on them eyelids to make sure there's no flashback. Gotta find the next thing. Gotta do some eyeshadow. I got all this eyeshadow. Look at me, all this eyeshadow. Gonna do a little dance. And then I'm gonna be slightly embarrassed. And I'll pick out my favorite eyeshadow. Brush, brush, brush. Put it all up against the eyebrow. Starting with the lightest one right at the top. Get right up against that eyebrow. I'll move on to this color, and we're going to put this one on my eyelid. Gonna brush it all the way across, fill that whole eyelid. Move on to the next one, and we're done with our eyelids. But we're not done with just two colors. No, we're going to need a whole nother color. Fill in between those two colors we just added for a nice blend from top to bottom. That's the color I used right there. Not quite done. I'm going to use this mirror, make sure I get every little bit blending from top to bottom. It's a little red, but that's okay. I like the way it looks, don't you? Gonna get that second eye now. And then we're going to grab a whole fourth color. Getting extra fancy today. And cover up all the work we just did on the third color with our fourth color. Because I didn't really like that third color. You know how it is. Sometimes you don't like what you did, you gotta just cover it up. And take a nice clean brush and mix it all together. Gotta take that clean brush, get it nice and dirty with all your makeup. And now a fifth color. Got this fifth color, gonna squirt, 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 spray. Get ready. And get right up on top of the eyelid with some sparkly silver looking eyeshadow. And now both my eyes are done. I'm just looking at all my brushes, want to figure out where is that one brush that I'm looking for. Here it is. It's ready to go. It's already got the color on it too. Put that red back right up on top of that silver. Fill in that middle area between the eyelid and the eyebrow. We got our sixth color now. Our sixth color on the eyebrow, on the eyeshadow. And fill in on the outside. So it goes from a nice red to another nice red from the inside to the outside. And then we got our eyeliner pen for a nice cat eye. Now you know you can never get this quite right the first time, so you gotta draw on your eyeliner, and then when you mess up on the second eye, you gotta go back and mess up on the first eye. Right now I'm busy messing up on the second eye, and I just skipped to the part where they're both relatively symmetrical. And then we'll go ahead and do the eyelashes. Make them nice and thick. I've already got great lashes, but I gotta make them try to look even better. I'm not quite happy enough with them. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just Just patting my face, getting it ready to go. Gotta get it nice and massaged and warmed up. Then we gotta move on to foundation. Gonna draw some triangles and a penis on my nose and my forehead. I got some more foundation for my jaw, a little bit darker. Gonna put it on my forehead as well. Just outline those triangles and the penis on my nose and forehead. Oh wait, did I mess up something? No, I'm gonna just color in some more brown on my left cheek and jaw. And then we're gonna blend all through the cheek and up onto that nose. All the light colored parts, you gotta blend them together. Blending, blending, blending. Pat, 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 pat. Oh my god, what the fuck? More foundation. Gonna draw a broom on my nose. Some nice squiggles, a little goatee. No, it's a Van Dyke, excuse me. And some concealer. Color in that broom again. And then we're going to blend that highlight into the foundation. And we're going to pat, 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 pat. Got a nice big light brown triangle on my forehead now. It's going to catch all the light. And I'm brighten up those cheeks. And still have a nice contrast between my cheeks and my forehead. Should blend that a little bit better. Pucker it up. Ooh. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna pat, 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 pat that on my cheek. And pat, 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 pat on the other cheek. Blending it all together, getting it nice and bright so it catches all the light. And then on my chin and on my forehead, right in the middle of that forehead. And now that we're nice and bright, we're gonna grab this thing and we're gonna pat, 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 pat it all over the right side of my face and on my neck and over to the left side. And then there's this thing I'm going to show you really quick so you don't have time to figure out what it is. I'm going to brush that all over my jaw, darken things up a bit, have a nice contrast between my jaw and my cheeks, and we're going to blend that together on the cheek and jaw and forehead and on the neck, getting it back to my skin tone so it doesn't look like I'm wearing a mask, and all up on the forehead as well. Brush, brush, brush it all over. It feels nice with that nice big brush on my cheek. Ah, oh, isn't that the best? Blending everything together and grab an empty brush. Nope, wait, it's got this thing on it. Ooh, what is this thing? Some blush. Gonna put some blush on. Redden up the face a little bit. Now that we've covered up with all that foundation. Get nice together. And some more eyeshadow. Which brush? This brush. This brush right here. I'm going to grab some eyeshadow and get it on my under eye. Right up there underneath my lower lid. Excuse me, I was supposed to grab this brush instead. That's my bad. I'm going to go ahead and get it right up underneath the eye there. I'm going to try not to cry here, guys. Notice how I didn't cry. That's the key. You can't cry. And then go right back to that eyeshadow, getting right up underneath that lower lid. And we're going to brush, brush, brush. And then we're going to take this one right here, this color, and I'm going to go right back over that other color because I didn't like that other color. And we're going to right up underneath that eyelid again. Don't cry. Make sure you don't cry here. And which brush? This one. I got this brush and I got this eyeshadow. Another third color. Getting right up next to my nose. I want to highlight that inner eye. Wait, oh no. And we're just going to spray everything with this NYX stuff. I'm not sure what it does. And eyeliner. Going to Again, like I said, we always mess up one cat eye so we can go and mess up the other cat eye. So we can go back to the first cat eye and mess that one up. And then we're going to smudge it a little bit, and maybe at some point it'll be way too long, but possibly symmetrical. Nice and thick now. And we're going to grab a whole nother eyeshadow color and just pat that on that ridge of my nose. Ooh. And the outside of my eyes. We're going to pat, pat, pat. And just blend everything together with my fingers now. I'm just tired of these stupid brushes. I'm going to use my fingers instead. And we're going to smudge all that makeup we just put on. How am I looking, guys? Doing good? And then we got to move on to the lipstick. I already got started on my lower lip, but here we go. A nice metallic maroon color today. Make sure you get all your lips. Don't need to overcolor them. Got nice full lips. And another spray to make sure none of this makeup gets smudged at all. And you know, I've got this little rhinestone on my note, on my Cupid's bow. Trying to figure out if I want a Medusa piercing or not. I'm going to just toss that hair back. I am fierce. Look off into the distance, then back to the camera. And back down. Away, forwards, wink, away.